channel. So today I'm going to be doing another Mommy Monday video, and I asked on my Snapchat for some advice type of questions that you guys wanted me to answer on my Mommy Monday advice kind of videos, I don't know, and I got a lot of the same questions more than once, and the number one most asked question probably was, how do I get my kids to eat? And I think a lot of people think that Alaina is like this epic eater and she eats like everything I put in front of her, and that is not true at all. We have fought Alaina so much on eating dinner, like you guys have no idea. She just turned out to be this really extremely picky eater. I always tried to make sure that we weren't making dinner like this fight every night. Like I didn't want her to feel like anxiety over food or anything like that. So it was really hard for me to try to figure out, okay, how do I handle this? Like she never wants to eat. She's really picky. Like all she'll eat is like the fruit on her plate and like the bread, but she'll never eat like the main course. You know what I mean? And this was like an ongoing thing forever. And I know that I'm not the only parent that goes through this. And I'm the type of person that's like, I'm not going to give in. Like I'm not going to just make her peanut butter and jellies every night. I'm not going to make her macaroni and cheese every night. I have some tips for you guys on how we kind of overcame this whole thing. So the first tip that I have for you guys is this is what we do in our family, is you have to taste your food first. You can't tell me that you don't like something until you taste it. So she has to sit in her chair until she takes one bite of her food, and if she decides after she takes a bite that she doesn't like it, then, you know, we just are like, okay, fine, whatever. A lot of times I think that it's not necessarily that she doesn't like it, she's just being stubborn, which I think a lot of parents kind of understand that. Like it's not really that they don't like the food, they just are so stubborn. So she has to try the foods first. And there's definitely been times where she tries the food, she takes one bite, and then she ends up liking it, and she'll take like 3 or 4 more bites. So I feel like that's a really good rule, and I always make her sit at the table. Sometimes she gets overly stubborn, and she will literally sit at the table for like a half an hour after we're done eating. But it's just like, Alaina, like you have to take a bite before you can decide if you don't like it. You have to take a bite and taste it first. So that's kind of like our main rule in our family, and I feel like it works pretty well. So the next tip is something that didn't really work for us necessarily. It just didn't work with Alaina's personality, but it may work for you, but it just didn't work really well for us. But I'm still gonna tell you because I know some people this works really well for. So what you basically say is, you know, if you don't want to eat now, like you're not hungry or you whatever, then you don't have to eat. But this is what we're having for dinner, so we're going to put your food in the fridge, and if you get hungry later in a couple hours, then your dinner will be in the fridge and we'll just warm it up for you, and that's what you can eat. And I feel like for some kids this really works. Like if they get hungry enough, they'll eat their food. And Alaina though, for some reason this didn't work for her. Like she would get so stubborn that she'd be like, nope, I'm not eating it, I'm not eating it, I don't want that, I don't want that. But then she would still whine all night about being hungry. So it was basically like she still wouldn't eat it, but she would still be whining. You know what I mean? So it just didn't really work for her, but it may work for your child, which is why I'm kind of saying this tip or whatever. The third tip is to try like name your food unique things and try preparing your food in different ways. And this helped a lot, especially like I remember I made Alaina a vegetable pasta. I used like all these different colored vegetables, like rainbow vegetables, right? And I put like, I think like a pesto sauce on it or whatever. And if I would have told Alaina that it's a vegetable pasta, she would not have touched it. And I know for a fact she would have been like, nope, I'm not eating it. But I told her that it was a rainbow pasta. Like, Alaina, I have the coolest dinner tonight. You're gonna love it. It's rainbow pasta. Rainbow. Can you believe it? And I told her like it was rainbow and there's all these different colors in there. And of course it was just the different colored vegetables. And she was like, oh, this is so cool. And she sat down, she ate the whole entire thing. She's like, this is so good, Mom. I love this. And she asked me in like future nights, like, can you make rainbow pasta again? I love rainbow pasta, because it's rainbow pasta. It's not vegetable pasta. So that's another really good idea, is to get your child excited about like the name, you know what I mean? Or maybe like you could even, if you're using like an Alfredo sauce, maybe put like a couple drops of food coloring, like purple or something, and you can say, ooh, we have purple pasta tonight, like if it's their favorite color or whatever. That's a really good way to do it, because they get excited about it. It's something new, it's something different, it's something that they like. Another thing that I like to do is sprinkles. So I have like pink little sprinkles, And a lot of times, like with her yogurt, or if she has like French toast or something, I'll sprinkle like a little tiny bit of pink sprinkles or rainbow sprinkles, and she'll always eat anything with like pink or rainbow sprinkles on it. So that's another really good idea. So it's just kind of like being creative with your presentation and what you name the dish or whatever, and I think kids like really respond to that, especially if you get excited about it. Like, oh my god, it's rainbow pasta, and they're like, they freak out a little bit about it. At least that's what Alaina does. So that's another good tip. Oh, okay, so this one is something actually that I do a lot, and this is more so if you're afraid that your child is not getting proper nutrition because they are so picky and you're just having a really hard time, because Alaina for a while was so picky. Like, all she was eating was like fruit and bread. Like, that was the majority of what her diet was because she was just so freaking picky. So what I like to do is hide food in her food. Like, if you guys saw in my what I eat in a day video, I cut the top of broccoli off, so it's like the little florets of the broccoli, and that's a really easy thing to hide in your children's food because you can put it on a sandwich. You can just sprinkle like these broccoli little pieces on their sandwich, or you can put them in their eggs or like quiches or like whatever it is that they like. Bean dip. She loves bean dip. That's like her thing. So if you just cut some broccoli little floret-y things, like not the florets, but like the little like seedy things that are on the top of broccoli, you know what I mean? If you just kind of mix up some of that broccoli into like bean dip or something, like they don't even know they're eating it because they can't really even see that it's there. So that's another really good tip, is to hide little things like that in their food if you can. You know, shaving down carrots, for example, is another good way to do it, and that way you're just kind of making sure that they're getting some nutrients without really realizing that they're getting the nutrients, and sometimes that's a must. Like, sometimes that's like the only thing that you can do. One thing that I love doing is hiding spinach in their popsicles. Like, Buggy is obsessed with popsicles. She will eat hundreds of popsicles. So what we do is we make healthy popsicles, and I like load it up with spinach, and she doesn't even know there's spinach in there, and she gets really excited, like, Mom, can I have a green popsicle? Can you put spinach in there to make it green? And so that's another good way, is to just kind of play with colors and hiding like vegetables in popsicles or smoothies. And that's probably where Alaina gets most of her nutrients, is from homemade popsicles. So yeah. Now number 4, or number 5, is this number 5? This is the moment you've all been waiting for, and I actually had this product in a vlog recently, and everyone's like, what is that? You need to tell me what that is. And I wanted to wait for this video to show you guys, which is partly why I'm filming this advice video first. But this is the winter dinner plates, and like I said, a subscriber actually told me about this, and I went online to buy it on Amazon. You can get them on Amazon. This freaking plate is a lifesaver. I have never seen Alaina eat so fast in my life. She eats every single thing on her plate when I make or use this plate with her. But basically what it is it's like a game board, and you fill up each one of these little boxes with like a little bit of food. And then this one, the You Win box, you put dessert in that box. Then you take this little box right here, and it says finish, and you put it over the dessert so they can't see what is in there. So the whole entire dinner, they're so excited to see what is under the dessert box, and at the very end, when they reach the end, they can just take it off and eat their dessert. And I'm not kidding, you guys. Like, I had vegetables, and there's been times where Alaina's like, I don't want to eat this box, Mom. I don't want to eat it. And I'm like, just do it, Alaina. Like, the faster you do it, the faster you get to your dessert. And she's like, okay, Mom, I'll do it. And so she would eat it really, really fast, and then she'd go on to the next box. And she, like, it's made her kind of be, it's not really necessarily bribing. It's more so like a determination thing. Like, I can tell this determination in her eyes, like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna win, and I'm gonna get to the dessert box, and she'll do whatever she has to do to win the game, you know what I mean? So I feel like it's kind of teaching them a good lesson. But she eats everything. Every single thing on this plate she'll eat. You have to be kind of careful that you don't overly like fill it up, because I've noticed that if you put a lot of things in this plate, like, it could actually equal a lot of food. So you do have to be kind of careful, because you don't want to like overly stuff your kids so they can have dessert. She's eaten her dinner pretty much every single night since we have bought this plate. No complaining, no whining, no crying. We've had no fights over it, and it's been crazy awesome. So if you guys are having as much problems as we did, I would definitely say to pick one of these up, because they've been a literal lifesaver. And this would make a really good gift for baby showers or birthdays or whatever. Love it so much. And that is my biggest tip for you guys, and the tip that worked the best for us as far as like actually getting her to taste new foods, eat new foods, and be like okay with it and not thinking so much about it, you know, like she just doesn't think about it as much anymore. So that is my video for all you moms out there that are having the same troubles as I have about eating and food with your kids. It's just such a common thing. I feel like this is something that every single mom in the world deals with. Like, kids are just the pickiest eaters of all time, and it's hard. It's a hard thing to deal with. So let me know if this video was helpful, and let me know in the comments below what my next advice video should be about. So I've gotten like how to potty train, how to get your kid to sleep through the night, you know, how to get your child on a routine and all that kind of thing. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer in another one of these mommy advice videos, definitely comment down below and let me know so I can kind of have some different ideas. Also, let me know if there's any Mommy Monday videos that you guys want to see, like, I don't know, hairstyles for kids, or, you know, our night routine, Alaina and Emery's night routine, or food ideas, or whatever. I'm really curious, and I really want to know what you guys want to see as moms or as future moms or whatever. So definitely check out my vlog channel as well, because that's where all of our family type videos are. You can see our little girls and stuff. And also check out my Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and also subscribe with the little red button below. And I think that's it, guys. So I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.